So Keith gave us some laughs, and now I'm going to bring down the tone a lot. On the train here, I thought to myself, I've written a couple of poems that have been quite heavy, and I thought, which could I read first to ease you into it? And as I read them back, I realised there's no doing that. So I'm going to read one that actually I wasn't intending to read. Hopefully this one's actually more light-hearted to begin with, but hopefully you enjoy it. This one is untitled at the moment, so yeah. He held her in his arms, and she never felt so alone. Clutching onto his shirt, burying her head into his body, looking for some sense of meaning in his words that screamed hollow. Not the man that she thought he was, not the man he'd promised to be. Not the same love that she carried through years of turmoil just to keep him close. Deafening, the rhythm of his beating heart that no longer belonged to her. The sound of her muffled cries wailing into his shirt as he uttered the poison that dripped into her ears, the simple truth that sprayed bullets into her already gaping chest. I never loved you. So, about a year ago, I lost my friend David. He passed away at the age of 35. And I went through a stage of being really, really angry. And I wrote this in extreme anger. So someone always told me I should never apologise for my poetry, but I feel like I should apologise for this one. Because it's not meant to cause offence, but it was just the way that I felt at the time. So, yeah. This one's called Absentee. They say that God is like the oxygen we breathe. You can't see him, but you need him to survive. I've never been a believer, a skeptic through and through. But if I was going to come face to face with this almighty being, then he has a lot to answer for. Strike me down now for not towing the line, I could understand that. If I am leading such an unholy life by your wise eye, if I dance with the devil and kiss his cloven hooves, then chastise me and ravage my body to damn my soul, for I would be deserving of your wrath. But what for those devout members who kneel to you, the ones who follow without question, who sit in your house week after week, listening to your words spoken from your preachers' mouths, do they not deserve your mercy? You strike us down with the very hand you feed us with, rearing us like lambs to the slaughter. How can we be anything more than just pawns in your perilous game of life? We are told that your love is pure, that you are walking beside us with arms of steel to scoop us up when we fall. Yet you allow the purest souls to meet their demise in such horrific fashion, alone without a chance to be saved, without a warm embrace to give them comfort when they take their final breath. Why do you plague us with disease and disorders that rot our minds and cause such needless death to occur? I could never bend the knee to such a heartless being. Don't you dare tell me that you have a plan, that in the grand scheme it will all become clear. Don't you tell me to believe when your arrogance takes the wheel, you crush us like ants beneath your powerful fingertips and scrape us away. Your children look to you and never question why you neglect them so. Hear my cries and that of a million others. Feel the shame of us standing idle when all you've given to us comes crashing down on our heads. His funeral was anniversary's tomorrow, so I thought it'd be. Okay, Corrosion. This one's gonna be great. I'm gonna leave this up to interpretation, but hopefully, probably self-explanatory, I guess. I wanted you to see it clear. I'd hoped that with a little time, my absence would make you realise. I thought that if I just left you in the dark, you could have a chance to feel my loss, to open your eyes and notice the detriment you've caused, but you never did. For as long as you had her, there wouldn't be room for remorse. There wouldn't be a care for the shroud of chaos that you've masterfully woven with your toxic thoughts of self-repulsion, because the way she tastes makes her impossible to let go. Your mistress in the bottle drains the life out of you. Suckling on her teat, she quenches your thirst and leaves you on high, until down you crash, holding your sides as you writhe in bitter agony. We all told you that she was no good, but still you reach for her, with trembling palms caked in sweat with her last withdrawal. To try to replace her neck with my hand was too harsh a thought to bear. She numbs the pain, you say. Only through her whirlwind intoxication you can function, but she renders you deaf and blind whilst I pick up the pieces of your fragile life and as you continue to scatter them like confetti in the wind. I'm done trying to break through. No matter how loud I scream your name or how the doctors blame her for your eroding insides. No matter how many blood-stained tissues litter your bedroom floor, you will always choose her. And it kills me to watch you drink her poison. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Karen, for very moving poems. Very moving indeed.